Uh, I lost my connection. Sorry, guys. So I start now, guys. New project, and this I talking about this right now, guys. Hmm. Get Launchpool project and syndicate SYND and stake of the USDT BTC and guys. And I talking about guys and USDT BTC or SYND to claim airdrop, guys. And get Launchpool is set on Launchpool project and syndicate SYND user can stake USDT, BTC or SYND2 share, guys. 760,500 SYND token for the free, guys. So new user how participate stake will receive and this $100 position and voucher available on first come and first service and the base, guys. So the airdrop details, guys, I talking about, guys. I talking about, guys. Stake period and September 12 and sorry, guys, September 22 and 2025 at of the 20 clock UTC and October 4 and 2025 at of the 20 clock of the UTC time. Staking reward, guys, and this already talking about, guys. Stake to earn and this stake to earn, guys, and we're talking about stake to earn. So the big thought SYND and the big thought and innovation of the smart rollup with a smart sequence and that of the transform of the rollup and there and the sequencer into the smart contract and being and the programmability to the network level and reducing cost by and 100x and unlocking the next level of the innovation at the application network layer, guys. So this total reward, guys, and this start time and this ending time. So pool of the BTC USDT and SYND, guys. So BTC is taking total of the staking reward, guys, and this 5 lakh SYND and the mining period, guys, 12 day total staking, guys, and this BTC and the participate, guys, almost 4,272 and this price pool hourly, guys. mm, Individual and this reward cap, guys, and this APR and this 4.26 individual staking cap of the BFP and 10 BTC, guys. So this two coin of this U and BTC and this staking right now, guys. So BTC hold now and USDT newcomer and these guys. Uh, SYND full and this is taking right now. So don't miss this taking and I talking about. So let's talking about this official website and this a community on and the internet start here, guys, and read and maintain announcement and the syndicate and mainnet is live and the foundation of the community on the internet, guys. So mainnet and the is live and the syndicate and mainnet and is live for the fast developer and their and community can own every layer of their network and sequencer and the fracture and economic and without lock in the foundation of the community on internet reach the today get start, guys. So delivering and on the web 3 and promise, guys. So for years the Web3 promise and the community ownership, but under the hood and the most of the network is still left core and control and sequencing and the economic and infrastructure of the inheritance and the centralized provide and communities and the town and the not of the owner guys. So that today and change the syndicate and mean it and is life and it's the cornerstone of the syndicate and network which the design from the ground up to make of the community and the true and the owner of their infrastructure of it is the foundation and community on internet and delivering on the original promise and of Web3. So let's talking about foundation community and ownership guys. Syndicate and mainnet and is the sequencing and the backbone of the syndicate and network dedicated and the L2 and where and efficient and sequencing logic and this lives and on-chain as of the smart contract, smart sequencing will user interact and with individual and approaching will like of the gaming chain and DeFi chain and or social chain and syndicate mainnet and the operates and the behind the scene and the processing, the sequencing and transferring and this maintaining and programmable and this ordering and the rules guys. So at its core syndicate mainnet and the elements and the lock and the in community and building and syndicate do not and rent and the instruction and they are the own it's every and pitching and the launch in the syndicate network is fully programmable and open and this community and on and this mean and this hidden dependency is and no signal in point and the control and no centralized party who can and change and the rule guys. So syndicate and the smart rollups with a smart sequencer. So stake ownership and the developer and developer they are tokenized and this community now have of the full control and have over the sequencer and network and economy and they can and define guys. So custom and the ordain and logic and the governments and the fee and the follow and MEBL fully field direct in the smart contract. So this is the difference in between infrastructure and this as of the service and the instructional and this ownership and which syndicate community can run a network on their own and the term and the envelopes and them and this as they see fit guys. So technical feature and syndicate mainnet and the syndicate mainnet and service and sequencing and hub of for the all chain Apaches and its and therefore and the infrastructure that of the contact and all and Apaches and the developer and deploy and sequency and contract and here but end of the user and touch it and they use and the purchase and the themeless which handle and execute and user interaction guys. So but with Orbitum and Nitro and the syndicate and the maintain is built with Orbitum, Nitro and the providing years and the real world and scalability and security guys. So the performance minus and the 25 of the ms and block and guys and the uh, time and this with module and the design and scaling, guys. So data availability, guys. So integrate with elegant DA and for the efficient low-cost data availability and a smart sequencer and sequencing the logic live and the on-chain in programmable smart contract modules and the give and community and the direct control over the order rules and the fee and the governance and Parent and the protocol. So learn and about of the smart and sequencer. So protocol inherent in the smart and sequencer overcalls and the BRFS and marketplace can run and the sequencing layer for the low latency and the transparent and guaranteed, guys. So the fast withdrawals and the 1 hour and withdrawals and the buy and syndicate fast of the beast and the power by TEES and the JKBMS. So hosting and the Minet and is entirely and the first supported by Syndicate and this Alchemy and this with balance and the progressively and the increase and the syndication and as the syndicate network and the scale, guys. So the design elegant and with communities and the syndicate maintain in interfaction of developer and community own a network interest and for the fee and the begin and capture can external and sequencer operators and this inspection of the provide all profit and granted of the form of the unique syndicate network are owned by network by DUNA and the community and this own of the treasury and thought of the DUNA and the community may ensure and the recycle fee and into the gas and substicle and this distribute value back to applications and for the fund and grants and new infrastructure and turning activity on the network into the direct and fuel community and growth, guys. So the stake and emissions and the design details and the light paper and the elegance and stake application and the user stake and back and specific and applications and this share and this successful and application in a truck and more stake and use and the receive and emission and will stake on and the great and the emission and this incentive to use the network they support, guys. So together this mechanism ensure that participation directly shape and the house syndicate maintain lives and the giving developer and their and community not just in structure and to build on and but the real ownership and control how to this structure of the growth, guys. So start building and the network of the tomorrow, guys, of tomorrow. So the ability for the communities to own and their structure and this sequencing and the economic and governments without sacrificing and the speed and the security or flexibility has the neighbor and been impossible until of the now and the syndicate maintain and market the foundation of the of a community and on our internet, guys. So on internet and network and that for portable and the programmable and the and owner from of the day one and where and value in circuits and the back and the community and that create its and the rules and above the circulate and the back the community and the create it and these roots and the develop without gatekeeper guys. So this is the how the internet and backbone and community own and the instruction is itself and puts and the power and hands and developer and their and community guys. So join in us and they many terms and the already building and on syndicate mainnet and this today and reach out and the get and start review our doc and the learn and this chain name and syndicate maintain and this guide chain ID 510 and block explorer and these guys and this follow the X follow the podcast and this join our telegram community channel guys. So guys, the introducing and this is the guys 24 of the September 2025 and this introducing common chain aware of the SYND holder and direct the network. Common chain is the syndicate networks hub and for staking and emission and where SYND holder direct an activity and shape the network, its contract and the mechanism of the syndicate network and staking and model of the broader ambition of in internet governor and owned by community guys. So let's talking about guys and this. So what is common chain guys? I talking about guys. Mm, at E4 and common and chain is about turning an ownership into the action and this service at community and hub and the syndicate network its purpose and this part built an Apache when and syndicate holder stake direct and this emission and this collectively strength and the syndicate network. So common chain and the syndicate network and flagship and the pitching and the provides and the possible and the technical and blueprint and for the other efficient so and settle on base and the secure and scalability and smart and sequency and run of the syndicate network and for the customized and programmability use and SYNT as its gate token and the elegant and network and operation with the token economy and by design common and chain and optimize for the stake and the emission and the operation the first of the centralized how to syndicate network and circulates and the value the back its community guys and these guys. Mm, the common chain and the delivers and chain states and the staking and the emission. So lower cost stake and transfer of the cheaper and the dedicated and chain gas. So the withdraw and this finalization and this equally and this one in 1 hour guys. So custom design separating and the staking and the other network activity and ensuring efficient and this scalability guys. So the Civils hub and the common chain and may expand include and the appreciation and the registry and the analyze and tool of application and the operate and the participate guys. So it's taking loans and the timeline and the common chain and embracing rolling guys. So September and this 70 and this 30 23, the UTC signal is taking open gas SYND and the holder can be a staging common action and no reward and distribution YT and the during the setup period and this user cannot YT able stake toward and speak of the gas. So September and 30 the this 23 UTC approach or zero begins guys. So the first official approach and the start with 100% of the network emission and directed the base of the full guys. So the bootstraps and the stake and system and before approach and staking become available guys. So and the October and 30 guys and 23 and the UTC approach and the zero end guys and this stake and share and approach and zero emissions and the incalculate base and on their stake size and duration guys. So October and this 20 uh, 30 and the 23 and UTC approach one began and approach application and the taking life. So reward and from approach and the zero and claiming and just after approach and the one is start guys. So approach and stake is expected to launch and this approach we expect an approach and the stake to go live in mid-October on once live stake will be able of the direct ambition and specific appreciation and the selecting and them before and if the approach start guys. So November and 2029 and this approach one end guys. So ambition expand and this to the full and there theory full and model and this 30 base full network and foundation guys. So uh, 30 performers and the full and elegant with network and the efficiency. So 40% efficient full and the supporting with growth and individual and this approaching guys. So stake can claim of the emission and for base and performance and full and this with action and the claim and their share base and on stake directly toward and the participation activity guys. So stake and these fully and uh, translation into the long and design and the system every stake and support network and appreciation and every ambition and follow back and this community and building and syndicate guys. So how to participate in staking SYND guys and this staking on common and chain and enabling and this SYND holder and support the syndicate and network and specific and the efficiency built on the top of its here how its work and be bits and the syndicate its common chain and flexible bring breeding and the instruction of the ensuring token can move and efficiently into the common and chain staking environment gains. So stake SYND thought of the common can chain staking and contact deposit and contact lock and in element and syndicate and 30-day and emission and the efforts guys. So direct you can stake to exchange and before each effort takers and can choose and with efficiency and to support this decision and determine and this emission or to stakers and efficiency so manage any emissions. So emissions, the accurate and the base and on stake size and duration and efficient and actively and stake and can adjust and elevation and all start each approach and the athlete automatically roll over guys. So under stake and open and ready to request and to take and syndicate and take effect and all and the currently force and ensuring emission are calculated correctly and token and claim and this emission always and return and two common and chain address guys. So this design elegant and the stake with efficiency and the higher performance and making every decision board and confidence support and toward and chain and their community guys. So expanding roll up and the common chain guys. So the common chain and make of the ownership and tangible and this elegant and the BSY and the holder and growth and efficient and the follow the emission and the growth and the syndicate network itself over time and we expect the common chain and the expand into the overall um, network and network common and this were approaching and the register and analytic and this coordination and incentives tool and can give and community instruction to governor and growth and together guys. So learn about common and chain and the SY and the token light paper. So let's talking about this. I already talking about this right now. Syndicate and guys announce and the first every community and first token launch and this Aerodome and base guys. So on this guys September 17, 2025 syndicate token SYND will the first and every community first token launch and this Aerodome and base and the radically open and transparent and the decentralized and the model for launching and the token and that puts the community and center of the form of the database guys. So the SYND and WETH pool and will be seeded and this aerodrome and base and 5 p.m. PT today BEAERO and voter will then and be able to vote and the toward the poll and on the September 17 and the 2025 at of the 5 p.m. PT liquidity pool for of the SYND will be built and bottom up and not top down and by the community. So participate in the first every community and first launch of the SYND on Aerodome and the first after 5 p.m. PT today and the going the here guys. So setting the new and the industry standard and the community first launch and of the SYND is not just of the about being a token to market a it's about showing the network and the token can launch and the may and that more fair and transparent and elegant and with the value on open internet and where the community and leads and the from the every begin guys. So these ethos and at the foundation and the syndicate vision for a community and honor internet and its central syndicate network and community owned and the teaser as of the part and the US only and structure all way morning and this base and DUNA and other first industry it also at the core and the core to how an hour and story helping with launching and constitution and the DAO and advanced gold and this rock and radio and night and shows. So DG and chain and thousand of the investing and DAOS and the over the years. So showing how to token put and the launch and on by truly and community first way guys. So each and this and momentum chip and the way at the old playbook pushing and crypto to toward and in the community first value and the theory and the mains and the uphold and the SY and the launch and the aerodrome and the base and carry and this that story forward it's next of the major step and proving and this that's truly and community and fast the token and launch and can took the like guys. So SYNDS and the community first of the launch and the work and they are how to community and first of the launch and the SYND and this AERODM and base will network aerodrome of this base will network SYND and WETH pool and base and aerodrome of the base and at of the 5 p.m. PT today and SYND tokens and will and deposit as of the initiative and help booster up in liquidity. So the arrow and the boater will boat and the direct and aerodrome and the emission and toward and the SYND WETH pool and this and the SYND and WETH pool and will launch and the September 70 and the 2025 at 5 p.m. of the PT. So liquidity providers, the SYND, WTH, and the pool and built and the market from at the bottom up. So by Coinbase and the DX and the integration token like of the SYND and can access and by million of the people by and Coinbase. So the model aims and built and the open market and transparent and efficient and the community lead by a fully elegant with value and syndicate was of the built and saber guys. So a new era of the community ownership guys and the internet was not made uh, uh, and close and the token we are not the mint and to be and get of that together and with aerodrome and base and sing the SYND and we are sitting and new and presented and this start in the industry on the wire and the token and these are launched by community itself and the community owner and the internet and the startup today guys. So SYND airdrop and 200 plus and DAOS and the treasuries and this organization in Web3 and to build a community owner and internet together guys. Today we are excited and share SYND and has been airdropped and this 100 plus community and the DAOS treasuries and the organization and in Web3 and built a community and own internet and together guys. So the airdrop SYND will be located and will until of the public and launch and community and can be also able to active role the building and governance and the supporting the new the network and syndicate ecosystem. The this is the just of the beginning and the how to syndicate network again elegance with a community guys. So the community first of the for the internet the tool and community on the content of community and the thing self and the need will have a stake and transfer of the power guys. So the within SYND the community and the real ownership and the control in the syndicate network guys. So receive it almost 100 of these 100 plus guys. Built in American and owned by the community and syndicate from of the US and DUNA. So syndicate is betting and of the American future and crypto and will operate and transparently and under US law and govern and the network with community and thought of the DUNA. So today and syndicate is the proud of the announce and the formation of the syndicate and network and collective with we morning and based DUNA and decentralized and this unique corporate and the non-profit and this association and marking and the major step forward and for the both syndicate network and that border of the crypto industry guys. So betting of the American build of the is one of the best and this blockchain network formally and this operate and the under. So blockchain network and formally operate and this under this new US legal for framework and the syndicate network and is helping and foreigner and US centric model and how for the how decentralized network and can operate and transparency and the completely and the element and which syndicate the core and value for the giving and the truly ownership and the control and the community guys. So betting on America built on the communities from the beginning and this idea for syndicate network has been and guide of by belief that the next era of the internet of the must be owned by the community. That's power it we have built a smart and the roll-ups, a smart and sequencing structure, guys. So that make this possible. And at of the scale, we have the Remagen and economic how the network circulate and the value back to contributes and now with the DUNA with extending and this participating into the legal and operational foundation, the syndicate and network itself and the for the year crypto industry and head of the build around and legal ambiguity and the project where process adopt and the informational and this offshore and the governments the structure out of the necessary, not of the presence, and this only lead to no more problem, not of the less, and but everything is the beginning and to change, and the with introduction and of the we and you and a law. You mean DUNA law, and there is no, and for the first time a legal framework in the United States design and specifically and the decentralized network government and by the smart contract and token, and the syndicate network is the among and the first to implement and the DUNA structure. We able and redefine and the how to keep to a scale and the real world, and the DUNA and syndicate network and the operate and the completely and the transparency as the US as the without compromising is the openness and this formation, and that make of the crypto powerful in the first of the place and decentralized network like of the syndicate and network can of the operate the open of the ground, and this US law and this elegant and with of the community, and they are guys. So why and the DUNS and the matter and decentralized uni corporate of the non-profit and association and UNA and this new legal structure design and decentralized network, and there for the community they it does, and then what of the traditional and offshore and structure cannot do. So give token holder real control over the network and preserve and early stage and token and holder and participate and this um, curial and boards and the will and commit and manage and the grants and the over time, and we expect and the governments and shift and the fully on chain when a smart contract and control and network keeping and the power where and the belong and with community guys. So providers legal and care and the contribute and the participate and interacted with and in including and the limited and the liability and protection to token holder, the DUN and the framework and the define and the legal recognize and the roles of and the ecosystem participant and creating and transfer structure and collaboration and the accountability guys. So manage the network and treasury and the sign of the contract and disengage engage with and the traditional service and providers with token and holder board and the committed and the network and act in the world and legal of operationally and with remain and the net with by token holder guys. So operation and transparently and under the US law and regularity, and the difficulty is this structure design being and this great transparency and report and according crypto without and confirming and core and the value decentralized by privacy and this open end guys. So the algorithm and future US policy and genuine process and the genuine act and the project of the crypto with a White House and establishment and this strategy and the Bitcoin reserve and digital asset stock carefully, and the purpose and the market structure builds and facility support decentralized network governments and structure like of the DUNAS of the US building and the clear legal and regulatory and foundation for the crypto industry or the at the openly and home of the non-shore. So the importantly DUN and the non-profit and the default a designer for the network and protocols and the service committee for the use not of the shareholder DUNS and the replicate and depth of the committee build and the network and the decentralized is not just of the technical and but of the um, purpose of the network itself, guys. So um, So syndicate and the network will and the operate and under a DUNS structure is the syndicate network and collective and helping a set a new standard for the crypto industry and will community and ownership and real governments will transfer the complications and that does not come at the cost and the openers of the permissions, guys. So build with industry leaders and the tubing and the syndicate network and collective and to life we have of the partner with group the legal financial and the operational aspect and the commit and the build and the crypto native network US, guys. So crowd and the DUNA design strategy and the formation and the text and the admissionary and the collate on DUNA design strategy formation and the legal and the encode and digital DUNA custody agro and DUNA on government. So A16 jet of the crypto strategy console of the DNA design and this and more of the share soon, guys. So syndicate network is not of the first several project that's exploring that path of the nuns and the town and this Uniswap and Foundation have also publicly share and the plan and the adopt and the DUA and farm work and the together we are helping Kate and the newest standard and the how to keep the network can and launch and scale and US openly and completely and element and with their community and value, guys. So building and community on the internet of the US and performing of the DU and is just of the beginning our focus and helping scale and syndicate network and under US law and this American ingenuity and the value and of the democratic and the open arts and this freedom and the UN and the more of the legal structure it's a sentiment that and the community and the should the honor and the sentiment and they are really on state transparency and the should and the default for the US and can of the whom and truly and the decentralized networks. So introducing a smart and roll-ups with a smart and sequencer, guys. Today and syndicate and this introducing a smart roll-up with a smart sequency in the next major leap forward in crypto infrastructure, guys. So guys, the first wire and the first wire smart contract and the smart wallet and the now syndicate is the making and the network and theme self the programmable and with a smart rollups with a smart frequency and enabling and development developer and they are tokenized and the community and the very priority on control and the elude and their network and thought of the code. So Zoe and our community reach out and get a start and dock the syndicate of the today, guys. So the smart contact and to a smart network. So each major and web and the for the crypto innovation and the advance by making more and the stuff and programmable and this first came of the smart contract and then a smart wallet and a smart rollups with a smart sequencer and the next major lap of the forward guys. So a smart rollups with a smart sequence and the being at the programmability all the way and the down and this network level and the layer and that decide how to translation and the order and the fee and the handle of the update and made of the more and until now and this layer and this has been hardcore and this option and out of the hand and this develop and communicating and building and on in a smart roll-ups a smart with a smart and sequencer and sense these guys. So by being and the logic on chain and smart rollups with a smart sequence and the gives and the developer and community and full uh, power and over how they are and the network and run of the ability and value and those are the role of the time without and gatekeeper. It's the same transformation a smart contract bot and the protocol and now apply and the network and theme self guys. Syndicate, smart rollups, smart and sequence guys. So the traditionally rollups and there and sequencers and the centralized of chain and service run by signal and provide and on all a smart and validator set of if the provider and the fast on chain and itself and the network and community and it's mercy guys. So mercy guys. So syndicate smart rollups or power by full of the programmable smart and contact based smart sequence are giving and the developer and there and tokenized as community and full ownership and control and there and sequencer network and economy guys. So with Syndicate, Smart and Sequencer developer and this define and the custom and the transcription and the ordering and logic, FIFO and the fee and the base and automation and the road randomize and this proof of the event and this directly into the first of the contact and governments can be evaluated and to be open and close and DAO and run of or stake and wait and the fee and the follow and this MEB and the policy and fully programmable burn redistribute and this route of them and treasury and subsidize target activity guys. And since of the syndicate and sequencers the entirely and the on-chain they are unlock and capability and on-chain and system and can of the match and this easy customers and this transfer of the ordain and the rules easily customized and this different you network and thought of the simple small contact and module and upgrade and reducing and this market cost by 100x. So custom the economy and model and design and custom economy and mechanism thought of the translation inclusion and ordering permission fee and this structure of this element value and MEB and the with your community guys. So and sparing out the protocol directly into the sequence and the network oracle and the BRFS and the marketplace and other critical logical and can of this run of the inside sequence itself and the reducing the latency boosting and this reliable and this elegant and the investment with the network permanent and very verifiable and data and default. So all transformation, ordering and data and store on chain and not of the experience and this mm, or centralized service and historical state of the contact logic and this activity remain as covered and the verifiable recent realistic or the permanently guys. So atomic and the cross chain and complementarity automatically and composed of the multiple syndicate smart rollups and including and transformation in the same block and thought of the simple automatic and uh, composability smart contract and module guys. So 10 to 100x lower cost and this launch of the is called run on the rollups and the add of the fraction and the cost of the centralized provide and the moving and sequencing data on reducing and overhead and this 10 to 100x thought and the fewer nodes and all and the logic and sequency and the governments and the feed and fee and the follow and the live in the update and the smart contact modules and the so role rules and the can evolve without rebuilding and structure of the hard forking on chain guys. So progressively and decentralized to community and progressively open and control ownership the network to and tokenize and community is easily update and the the sequence and formation module even and programmability and thought of the tokenized and the government. So syndicate and smart rollups work and this any and support rollups and the farm work and this settlement layer we currently support and Orbitum Orbit and this with OPS Tech and this other non EVM farm work platform and this settlement can and the Such and the Ethereum L1 and base Orbitum or any EVM compatibility and this chain guys. So and this uh, architecture give and develop maximum flexibility with the super power and of the syndicate smart and this sequence and with building and this network. So syndicate module and stake guys. Syndicate stack and the module with each implement and the playing and the specific of the role guys. Syndicate and the smart and sequencer and these guys contact and transformation and this submit and dim and on-chain and sequencer and a smart contract according your custom logic. Syndicate a smart and meaningful and the optional and the tuck and batch and the transformation and the before and sequencing and the skip it maximum and decentralization of the uh, transcription of the five bases. So syndicate on chain and the builder bundle and this ferries and this user transcription with sequencer injection and transformation with the involved data sets of the B as of the BRF and the Oracle and update and this enforce and that they and must be and sequence and the together guys. So syndicate and sequencer contract and sequencer smart contract and hostess and syndicate network giving each and the roll up full control and over ordering and the formation and economic and thought and simple smart contact module and update guys. Syndicate translator and the integrates and syndicate network and the settlement and chain and converting high level and this uh, sequence decision into the format and can be the processed by execution environment. Syndicate and fast bridge and the often 10 minute and the withdraw and by TESTW and the altern attribution and the verified on-chain and by JKBM proofs. So the syndicate proofs and the combine and the state chain and this use and settlement chain and finally the bidding guys. So roll-ups form of the usage and the execution and the layer and currently support Arbitrum wire and the transcription process and this stage of the update rollups. So, settlement chain and this the underlying network providing security and this finally Ethereum and the layer one base orbital on etc. So together and component and the transport of the sequence from other centralized and bottleneck and into the programmable and the community owned by layer and learn more and doc of the syndicate .io. So building and community owned by internet together and this and the ability of the design and govern our own network and form sequencing to the economy and has never been possible without giving an up to control and syndicate a smart roll up with a smart sequencer and remove and that trade-off and this smart roll-ups with a smart sequencer are of the foundation of the community on of the internet. So network run by the people who built and you use them and their value and follow the back and the community role evolve and without centralized and gatekeeper join our many in terms of the build and the community on of the internet as smart roll up smart sequence today. So guys, syndicate and ending game and building to truly and the community owned by internet guys. So the today handful of the confine of the own and the platform we defend on of the day and set of the rule and the extract that of the value we just of the long in our data network even and calculate guys this culture of the space and the life of the inspection we do not own and cannot change guys and and this internet has the meet and this open inter and this in this and this become and close and the community guys and own and the internet flips and that and the people who is the platform also uh, who cat and this instruction network and rules and the economic all under community control guys. So that web3 and this original and promise and the replace and gatekeeper with collective and ownership and it is just of the tech and dedicate and the technology catch up and the vision guys. So guys, this is the general and the purpose of the layer 1S and the purpose of the build network guys and this 10 years ago and the Ethereum introduction and this decentralized world and computer of the anyone and the code and the launch of the open protocol of the value and exchange and the condition coordination and new and L1S and the follow but all share and the smart block space and the role and this one size fit and the economy model and the 5 of a year ago roll ups and the scale and the Ethereum and cheaper, the faster, more of the flexible, and the but ever roll-ups and the lap of the most important part of the community and this hand of the control and this network and logical economy even today it is and is still not other not true in the one area. So every day new purpose the build and the chain and launch and new because it's easier and build because better and community and suits and the it's at the built and network structure of the economy and system that truly savor them and system shaped by their own needs and value the culture.